So, hi everyone. This is Kenya. I'm super excited. I am the creator of All Things Loop, and as you should know, Loop stands for Live It, Own It, Obtain It on Purpose. And you also should know that our mission is to put your purpose on display. We connect with leaders, influencers of color across all industries, giving space to their voices and celebrating the power that lies within their stories. And today, we're still celebrating 28 days of Black Excellence, and we have Miss Ray. How are you doing today?
I am great, Kenya. Today has been a hectic day, but it's been a blessed day, right?
Yes,
So yeah, every day on this side of the earth, being able to do what you do is always a good thing.
absolutely. Go through social media so much, and I see so much death on social media. So, absolutely, every day on this side is definitely a blessed day and push forward. So let's get right into it. Tell me, how did you get started in your industry? Let me just say you have a couple of industries. So whichever one you wanna whichever one you want to tackle, because I like them all. So you tell me what you want to tackle, but I just really want to know, like, how did you get started in your industry?
So actually everything is a full circle for
Okay.
me. I'm an experienced designer, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I got into that industry. One, growing up, my dad is a caterer and event planner. So
Mm-hmm.
everything has always been about experience. I used to work in entertainment, then I moved into hospitality and lifestyle management. And I was in the midst of a divorce when I transitioned from that into experience design full time. Um, I used my skill sets and I coupled them, and then I started the Socialite Society and Beauty in the Leaf, which are my wellness brands, my sister wellness brands. One focuses on actual mental health resources, putting them back into Black communities, and Beauty in the Leaf is breaking the stigma surrounded about around cannabis and hemp in our Black
Mm-hmm.
communities.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk about that a little bit. Just so, what are the stigmas that you feel like we have with both those industries that you're in that maybe you can shed some light on for us?
Well, first things first, just being a Black woman, um, I grew up in South Memphis, Tennessee. So I didn't
Mm,
grow up with a lot of resources
yeah.
or people having insight into what mental health and wellness really look like for our
Mhm.
communities. It was either a pray it out, um,
Yes.
it's
Going to altar, yeah, absolutely.
going down. Like it's a pray it out where hey, you gotta get your behavior in check.
Yeah.
So at 30 years old, I was diagnosed with ADHD.
Mm,
Didn't have any idea of the signs. Also, just depression, like high functioning depression, had no idea. So my parents were thinking like, oh, maybe we could have done something to prevent that. Maybe we
mhm,
should have shed some light into that. Just for all the trauma that I had been through growing up. Um, so it's just really interesting. So with the Socialite Society, my goal is to just try to break that stigma between that of one, knowing that all good things start in your mind,
yeah.
right? Like you were deserving of that, and all good things truly start in your mind. So making wellness accessible, number one, because it's not the fact that we're not interested in these things; it's that we
Mhm.
just lack exposure.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in our communities, first thing first is the literally the disparities in that. A lot of people cannot afford healthcare, or
Mhm.
if it is healthcare, it's usually given to you, and those things are not necessarily the best. Or do
Mhm.
they include specialty services,
Yeah.
including therapy? Um, shoot, just testing for those
Mhm.
and anything like that. On the flip of that, we have Beauty in the Leaf, which is the sister brand to the Socialite Society. A lot of people view cannabis and hemp as a gateway drug.
Mhm.
Just the way that it's been pumped into our communities. And the truth of the matter is, if you were a person to indulge in cannabis and hemp, or what a lot of people, as my mama still calls it, the devil's lettuce, um, um, some of that anxiety, some of that hurt, like the physical pain and the mental pain that you feel, can go away.
Yeah.
So both companies are really just centered around the Black experience of truly breaking those stigmas and giving us tools and resources for our wellness, for our mental health, for our growth.
Absolutely. Thank you. So what's your definition of Black excellence?
Oh man. Um, See, I thought real long and hard about this too.
Okay, it's okay.
Um, but my definition of Black excellence is making sure that we as a people,
Mhm.
we keep that in the forefront of our minds, right?
Mm,
Um, Everything that we've ever tried to do has been something to tell us that we were less than or to be knocked down of,
mhm.
but always keeping in your mind that you will always rise above.
Yeah,
Um, and also taking that resilience, that perseverance, and putting it in actions and putting it through display as we continue to grow through with generations. It's not just a high level of achievement or success or whatever people like to say. um, it's all of that and the ability and the willingness to continue on that excellence
yeah.
as we continue to move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. When you say continue to excellent, I think about just so many people that shoulders we are really riding on through the years. And so when you said that, that made me just think about like our mothers and our fathers, our great grandparents,
Yeah.
all the things that they have accomplished. And we're like literally standing on their shoulders saying, hey, thank you for what you did, but okay, you can sit back and rest. I can take it from here. So absolutely.
Yeah,
Ah,
because that part, you are so right about that, Kenya. Just the shoulders, like we
yeah.
literally stand on the shoulders of giants, even though the
Yes.
world may not know those giants. We
Mhm.
do in our communities, in our homes. Like you said, they're your parents, your great grandparents. They are the bishops in the church. They are the
Yes.
teachers in our communities. They're even some of just your friendly neighbors,
Mhm.
because everybody in our communities has been impactful to you in some kind of way.
Absolutely.
And the thing about it is, that's our goal, or at least that's my goal, to
Mhm.
continue to push that forward. And not just the narrative that Black excellence exists, because we do, but also showcasing that and being able to empower other people to have that level of excellence and that standard of care in our communities as well. Because we've got goals, visions, and dreams, and though we're working that plan,
Yeah.
you are still planting seeds that you won't get to see come into fruition. They're for the future generations and the
Yeah.
future versions of yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to building something great for my child and my niece and my nephew. You know, I'm looking forward to them seeing something great when I'm no longer here. You know, I'm looking forward to that, and they can say, "Hey, my mother or my grandmother or my auntie built this for me," and they can, be doing something as great as I am as well. So I absolutely agree. So, how do you feel you are contributing to the culture?
Right now, this is a new season for me and the Socialite Society. Um, so, with this, we are building a community to help bring mental health and wellness resources to our communities,
Mhm.
not only in digital form, but our goal is that by 2024, we will have our first physical location
Wow.
to bring those resources. So we're
Yeah.
providing actual free therapy, individual and group therapy for
Mm.
Black women. We are currently hosting meditation sessions as well as um, just actual healing sound bath type of sessions. And we're trying to expand our reach.
Yeah.
So our goal for that is to just truly pour back into the community, and I hope that really changes the culture. Again, breaking that stigma around mental health about it being bad and convoluted, or that you can just do one thing. You could pray, you could cry, you can go to therapy, you could do all those things and be on the path to wholeness.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about for me, is being able to empower people to find wholeness within themselves, because you don't have to always do it by medicine, even
Mhm.
though it's helpful. You don't have to do it just by journaling, again, even though it's helpful. It comes in various forms, and it's just being able to expose people to what wholeness looks like in the many
Mhm.
forms of that, and to push us forward. I would like to see Black people be a more holistic community, just all the way around, in the
Yeah.
way that we eat, in our physical wellness, in our sexual wellness, in our
Yeah.
financial health, because those play a part. Like, as us as a holistic being, everything that you touch, it
Hmm.
plays a part in that. And again, it starts in your mind.
Yeah. I can remember when I was younger, um, we didn't, well, when I was younger and my mom, and I was growing up with my mom, she went through a series of depression.
Mhm.
But because we didn't know what it was, we didn't label it. You know, we labeled her as, a lot of people may have labeled her as crazy. You know, or something, because we didn't know what it really was. And it makes me feel like today with you, trying to put that in the Black community, how about we label it something else? Now that we have, I guess, a label or a title to it, maybe we can expose it to be much more, not much more than what it is, and so we can get help. I think if my mother probably would have got help at a earlier age, she wouldn't have to dealt with so much, as she was, continually trying to get through things and stuff like that. So I love the fact that what you're doing, because we need exposure to it. I do believe in my heart that, because we didn't know what it really was, people just thought, oh my goodness, she is going through this, and this and that. We got to put her in a hospital, we got to do this and this and that. And literally, we could have did another route, but we didn't know. We just didn't know. And I think that when we don't know, we try to put a bandage on things. And then not only that, if we don't know, we try to label it as something else when it really is not that. When it's really not that. So for us in our community, I'm excited about what you're doing, just because I want to see more of it. I want to see people get help early, get help early, so they can be well in their minds, well in their bodies, because like you said, it starts in the mind. And I believe if you can get your mind together, then everything else will flow really, really good.
No, agreed. Very much agreed. And you just said a word about early identification, especially
Yeah.
when it comes to mental health. Because, like you said, as a kid, so not knowing my
Hmm.
focus is just off a little bit. It
Hmm.
was just like, oh, you're not paying attention. You're just
Yeah.
um not knowing again. Like, I have ADHD, and it's like, oh, you misbehaving. You're not listening
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
things. And we need people that can be able to identify that, but we also need to be able to identify that within ourselves, because
Absolutely.
not everybody has the resources. So we got to start somewhere, and that's just giving us education and the exposure to that. So I'm hopeful that this will really change our culture,
Hmm.
um and we continue to as we continue to transform as people.
Yeah. What's your definition of living in your purpose?
Man, um, as a person who's been continuously disobedient,
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, listen, me too. Ask me how many times did I start this? Ask me how many times.
that is it. Living in your purpose to me is being obedient to what you have heard the vision is, no
Hmm.
matter like how crazy it sounds in your mind.
Yeah.
um it's being able to push through and keep going,
Yeah.
because there's a million and one times that I've tried to walk away from this thing.
Hmm.
That's how I know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
I've heard that people need this. It shows in our reviews, it's showing in like the words of affirmation that I continuously receive about this. So walking and living in my purpose is truly continuing on what I've heard God speak into my life and over my life. Um, I'm a good Southern church girl, so I don't
Absolutely. Understand. Understand.
I'll throw God in the mix in a minute, but it's
Yes.
the truth. I also know living in my purposes is always bigger than me. My
Mm,
life is not one of my own. Although these have been my experiences, they're really for other people to
mhm.
have to see me come forth and prosper.
Yeah.
And that's what living in the purpose is for me, like making sure I'm staying on the path of what he told me, but also having that portion of, all right, cool, right? This is not for you. This is for somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't always know why I go through everything that I've ever been through, but
Hmm.
you don't see it till you get on the other side. Because while
Yeah.
you're in it, it looks crazy, it looks messy, but you just got to keep going.
Absolutely. Who have you looked up to that you can say that defines Black excellence?
One, my grandmother, both of them, actually, my mother and my father's mothers, both of them instilled in me at an early age to be authentic, and that is a pillar and value that I stand on and stand into,
Mm-hmm.
like, and always will lean into, because showing up as your most authentic self, no matter the variation of it,
Mm-hmm.
people will feel it.
Yeah.
Um, and that's how you continue to grow. So my grandmother's for sure. Um, gosh, so many lovely, like wonderful women and men. Um,
Yeah.
I'd be remiss to not say my parents, right?
Yeah.
Um, because I got the best of both of them. Like I literally have my father's drive, but I have my mother's care and ability, so them as well. Now if we're talking big figure names or people that I just know that I look up to, um, one is going to be Duke Ellington.
Mm.
Just his eloquence in making sure that the Black community was always highlighted and represented in his truth, is something that I've always seen from an early age. I used to love his work and still do to this day. So I love just how much he's poured into our communities, and he built alongside so many other people something for us, but was able to showcase that with his own lens.
Yeah.
Um, so definitely that, being Duke. I have so many other people that I want to name.
Yeah. It is. It is.
Everybody is
Right. Right.
everybody in their own light. Like
Yeah. That's walking in like true purpose. You know,
yeah,
when I think about it, it's like people that was down the street, your neighbor that gave you that cup of sugar that day, or the that woman down the street that raised those 10 boys, and they all, are successful doctors, lawyers, it's just so many. So I get it. I truly get it.
yeah. Now also I want to throw this out there. There's
Mhm.
a young lady named Hope Wiseman. Um, she is the youngest Black cannabis dispensary owner
Mhm.
in the United States. Beautiful soul. And she is somebody that is like helping me lead the way when it comes to this cannabis and hip thing in our communities.
Mhm.
And I just, she literally is, hats off to her, just very much the level of Black elegant excellence and elegance of a woman like that is striving and doing these things in these spaces. She's opened a lot of doors for me and others to come in to not even follow the path, but to set up some markers that is like, okay,
Mhm.
this is really important,
Yeah.
especially with cannabis and hemp being such a not so brown space.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
definitely green, but it's definitely not as brown friendly.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. So how can we support you? What's the next steps for you?
Wow. Actually, we will be dropping a new website February the 22nd.
Yay.
And with that, on our new website, you will be able to find other resources for the Socialite Society with
Mhm.
a therapist as well as a practitioner referral service.
Mhm.
Our goal this year is to raise $31,000 to be able to provide complimentary mental health and wellness services to our local Atlanta communities
Okay.
by providing them with virtual as well as in person therapy sessions. Um, the average therapy session ranges between $75 to $100 per.
Mhm.
A lot of people just don't have it.
Nope.
Um, and we want to be able to give somebody, some people rather, um,
Mhm.
more of those therapy resources. So the ability just to donate, share what we're about to do. You can find us at be the socialite .com as well as be the socialite on Instagram. Please support us. We have a Dear Black Man affirmation deck as well as a Hey Socialite affirmation deck. Anytime anyone purchases those decks, 30% of the proceeds goes back into the Socialite Society, into our goal of giving out those resources. Also, come March, we will begin hosting more live mental health and wellness circles here in the city of Atlanta. But also, we'll be doubling up and doing virtual sessions.
Mm.
So follow us on social media or go to bethesocialite.com, join our newsletter. Heck, even just send me a message on Instagram or
Mm-hmm.
anywhere at RL Gethers. Let me know that you're interested in supporting us, and we will more than happily accept any support that you all could give. So, thank you.
No, no problem. Thank you so much. I truly enjoyed this interview. And then I'm also going to support. So I'll email, well, I'll DM you to see how that looks for us and see how we can, go ahead and make that happen. Because to, I really want that to be exposed. I really do. So thank you so much, Ray. I appreciate you coming on. I'm honored. So you guys make sure you go follow Ray on all social media outlets. When the website drops, go ahead and go to the website, click on it, get in tune with what she's doing. Thank you again. I appreciate you guys. We're still celebrating 28 days of Black excellence. If you have not, please go follow All Things Loop on all social media outlets as well. Until next time.